Hi everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you guys are doing so well today. Welcome to my channel Pterodactyl. I'm Zach, I'm a clairvoyant psychic, and I share my gift to help you guys bring out the best in yours. Today's reading is your complete January prediction. We'll take a look at love, career, what to avoid, an overview, good news for the month, a message from spirit. If that sounds interesting, give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. It really does help my channel. Today we have 3 piles to choose between. Before you do, make sure you make an effort to ground your energy, because when you ground your energy, it really does give us the best chance to link up in time and space so that I can pull through the most accurate and useful information. So what does that look like? You could take a couple deep breaths, light a couple candles, light an incense, make a cup of tea, turn the lights down low, and that process can still look different for you. But once your energy's grounded, choose between the piles intuitively, and I will meet you at your reading. Hey Pile 1, welcome to your January prediction. I hope you guys are doing so well. Happy New Year. You guys, I feel like there's something special about this year. I don't know what it is, but there is a marked difference compared to last year and the year before. This one just seems very positive, and I don't know, you guys, maybe you feel it too. There's definitely this air of like optimism. There's something very exciting to look forward to this year, and I think what I'm going to sorry, I've got I shouldn't put my cup of coffee in the set anyways. I just got some rings right here on my already beat up table. You guys are probably saying, Zach, there's so many scratches on this table. I don't think that those coffee rings matter. Let me just take a sip, you guys. I'm feeling chatty. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yes. I think this year what I want to fold in to my readings is a monthly prediction. And the first thing we're going to take a peek at is kind of like a theme for your month ahead or an overview. And so you guys, I pulled for you the 8th house of, this card calls it intimacy. And I've been doing a little bit more astrological research. That sounds so funny and like so much more than I've done. But I've been researching the houses a little bit more. And the 8th house is one of the houses that is the most, what's the word I'm searching for? The least concrete or well-known. Like, for example, the 1st house is totally about the questioner or the seeker, you essentially, right? 2nd house is, yes, definitely about assets and property and things of that nature. The 8th house, there's a lot to this house. I think that I'm going to, and of course it's probably going to grow with time, I think the 8th house is really about what needs to die in order for something to begin. So maybe like one door closes, another door opens, but let's just read for you guys what this card states as the 8th house. And we're gonna take a look at your theme and your overview for January. So we have investments, intensity, contracts, sex, erotic capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, kundalini energy, stalking, and the underworld. So I wanted to draw a second card just to give us a look, and I pulled it through the 8th house, and we come up with the moon in Scorpio with power. So this month ahead for you guys, I'm going to grab some tarot cards too, and move your crystal up there. This month ahead for you guys, I feel like it has something to do with rebirth. It feels like you may not see this rebirth or rejuvenation coming, but that's what I'm feeling. I feel like there's going to be some moment where something was once stagnant and it's going to change like that. And I don't want that to sound spooky or scary. There's definitely something that just ends abruptly, and then there's another door that opens. I'm really drawn. Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity is gonna come knocking. Oh, there's the sun. Let's leave these out. So what I'm drawn to with this card right here, you guys, as I take a look at your January, is this kind of like Sleeping Beauty figure, but it's like these pillars right there. And I just feel like there is some door that you're going to walk through, and it feels really grand. This isn't, a little tattered wooden door. It almost looks like it comes from the side of a mosque or something like that. It's a very established arch, Those look like marble blocks or concrete or some concept. And so I feel like this doorway that you're entering in the month of January, it might be the catalyst for your entire year. Now, I feel like there's something that's been very mysterious about your life path. There's something about secrets that's really popping with the 8th house. Mysteries, something unknown. And if you are a frequent flyer here, you guys know that something has been under the surface for a while now. And I feel like we're really going to figure out what that is this January. There's something about a secret coming to light. It feels like we've been chasing this message for at least a month now. And I feel like it was kind of, let this thing that you're picking up go for a while, this secret, this sensing that you're picking up, let it go. Enjoy the festivities of the holiday season. It can come in January. No rush, right? And it feels very positive in nature, because as I tap into the energy of 2023, it does feel very good. There's something I feel like that shifts for all of us that provides a lot of happiness. There's definitely an opportunity, because when I was drawn to the gates right here, I saw this card that flipped as I'm kind of shuffling off camera, that flipped out, and I heard opportunity knocking. And as I look deeper, on the other side, we have a sun moon, and we also have a moon here, and we have the sun come out there. And so I feel like the sun is illuminating something that was hidden. And your guys are like, Zach, how many times are you going to relay that message? I know. I think it's like, this gives me dormant right here. This Sleeping Beauty gives me dormant. I feel like you guys have a superpower attached to your, something to do with your career or your life path. Okay? There's something that's been unknown for a while, and it's going to come to light, and this is basically your theme or your overview. I think it sets you down a different path. Okay, that's something that's coming through. This something, what could it be about? It could be very spiritual in nature, because this 8th house, it gives me kind of, I'm picking up on kundalini energy and the underworld. And I feel like it's an intense change, if anything, okay? Now, this message that I'm feeling about something needing to die in order for something to be born or reborn is the most important aspect that I want you to focus on, kind of like the light aspect. I do feel, though, there might be an abrupt change or end of something. Again, this is for... it's in order to make room for something else to happen energetically, because, you know, the universe at large, it doesn't like the void. It doesn't like a void or a vacuum, I think is the saying. It always has to fill that negative space with something. And so don't fret about this something ending, okay? It's going to be a little bit different for each of you because something else is beginning and something else is very grand. So some of you might not even really lament this passing or this door closing because what's on the other side is just so grand. I really do feel like some of us here, there's something that is coming into our consciousness about perhaps life path, and we've been sitting on it or sleeping on it, right? But the eyes are open now. There's something about really recognizing what this is. So yeah, this is kind of like the overview. Now I want to take a look at some good news that you guys can expect this month. Let's just move these cards here. I'm going to take these tarot cards back and switch decks. Nope, I need we can draw one of these. Oh, okay. So this is for pile. Oh my gosh, this card really wanted to make an announcement. Oh my god, and it's my favorite. It's my favorite, you guys. It's fairies with earth magic. Okay, so now I'm going to reach for some tarot cards. So this is some good news that you can expect. You know, I'm picking up on the underworld here with fairies. And so some of you might get communication that's... Oh, that's interesting. Some of you might have an ability that has to do with like peeling back or piercing the veil. You know, some of you might have an ability to hear spirit speak more clearly. That could be something for you guys, but Spirit, can we get some good news for the month? Ace of Cups, my God. Oh, wow. That's lovely. So I'm getting this concept of renewal and rejuvenation, maybe emotionally too. You know, there might be a love interest as well. We'll take a look at love too. We're going to do career as well, so stick around for that. So what I feel like is good news for the month, I'm getting this kind of like message about either a star-crossed lover, because I'm interpreting it through fairies and earth magic, but let's get one more card. This Ace of Cups... Spirit, why do we have the Ace of Cups? Ooh, and the Chariot. Okay. All right. It feels like an opportunity. I think that some of you are going to be working in divine timing. And divine timing is written all over these cards to me. I think that you guys are going to be working with divine timing as far as maybe relocating or your life path. I feel like this Chariot has to do with you guys changing locations, or it has to do with you changing your path in life. For some of you, it could be your approach. It feels a little bit bigger than that, though. So the Ace of Cups to me represents this opportunity that comes in, some sort of divine opportunity, some sort of offer. It could be love, and we will take a look at that a little bit later, but your good news is like a message about either a job offer, a message about giving you, it feels like a job offer. Can I see this Ace of Cups with strength? Okay, if you guys have a grandmother in spirit, I always got to pass on that message. This is a hello from her, a hello from them. Ace of Cups with strength. I'm seeing that you guys like need this Ace of Cups. And I usually don't use that word, need, but I'm feeling like I think the end of 2022 has really tested your strength. Literally. I think emotionally, okay, and I think in a physical sense, you may be entering the new year a little bit tired. Maybe some of you, I've never heard this before, but I saw it on someone's story yesterday. Maybe some of you get like the blues about the new year. I feel like I'm picking up on a little bit of that as well. Now, this opportunity, I feel like it comes from out of the blue. And you're not going to see this coming. And this is just something to be aware of. I really feel like this cup, though, it really quenches you. It could be, for some of you, it's definitely a message that has to do with love. But I also feel like for some reason, because we have fairies there and this wise woman, I feel like it's like almost a spiritual partner of sorts. Like this could be a new spirit guide presenting themselves to you in a very obvious way. Usually spirit speaks a little bit, you speak in metaphors or you channel to make a more clear communication. I feel like the way that this guide presents themselves to you is going to be very synchronistic. It's going to be in divine timing too. There's something about a little bit of a wow factor. Because this is all enshrouded in mysteries and secrets, I feel like for you, Pile 1, your life path, it's supposed to have this element where you don't quite know where you're going. And sometimes the scenarios you're in, the jobs you take, the people you're around feel random, but it's all about building your emotional vessel. I just feel like you guys have had a little bit of developing to do in before this. Okay, so this seems to be like the good news that we want to talk about. I feel like this is someone who can utilize their spiritual gifts to cut through the veil, right? I feel like that's pretty much, the big opportunity. You guys are able to use your intuition. If it's been blocked or you've been questioning it at the end of 2022, this January, there feels like this more divine connection with spirit, maybe even your higher self. I really feel like it's a guide, though. I think that for some of you, it's a spirit guide stepping through. It could be a grandmother in spirit as well, who really wants to work with you and encourage you down this new path, or really to take some step towards it. I feel like I keep looking at this Ace of Cups as if it's some elixir. It's like an elixir of life. Maybe you guys, for the last couple of years, maybe felt like you were slowing down a little bit, or life just didn't seem as like sparkly, for lack of a better term. But you're getting this sip of ambrosia. You're getting some treat, something. This Ace of Cups, it could be a person, it could be a message. I feel like it's announcing some news about something. Whatever it is, it has a little bit of magic surrounding. It's about to move you in a new direction and you don't see it coming, but it's going to shift your lot in life. The Wheel of Fortune very much wants to turn in your favor. This talks about a fated event coming through and destiny. I get that a lot from this 8th house, okay? I feel like this cup comes from spirit, right? The original, oh my God, and it's a cup. I love this. The original Rider-Waite depiction of this Ace of Cups, it's a hand emerging from a cloud, right? We literally have that here. I feel like you're kind of focusing on something else, though, and it doesn't matter, though. Usually I would say take your attention off what's not working. I'm not getting that. What I am getting is that it's coming in regardless, because there's something you have to do with maybe this dormant power of yours, okay? There's something that you have to do, and so you're not going to miss this, right? There's something about you're exactly where you need to be in your life right now. This opportunity that comes through, this very good news, is going to shift your lot in life very quickly. It's very quick. Don't feel sort of worried about that change of pace. It feels very positive in nature. Again, we're focusing on good news about the month. It's going to feel very synchronistic, right? This gives me divine timing as well, that we already picked up on that. And that's beautiful. So expect some really good news about the month. I love that I literally was like, what's some good news? Well, you're going to get good news. Again, it's going to look a little bit different to each of you, but it shifts you. It's like, it kind of feels like you up the ante on the concept of good news. It feels a little bit of that nature. And I feel like it looks a little bit different for each of us, because I don't actually want to be more specific than this. Just know, Pile 1, just know that it's like literally like ambrosia. I see this person running a marathon. And you know how sometimes they have people on the sidelines with cups of water? That's what I keep seeing. And I feel like this opportunity, you feel like you've been up against the world a little bit in 2022. Things just felt stale or paused or just not moving quickly or moving, nearly as fast as you want them to. And it's like that little burst of water coming from nowhere, that little inspiration, message from spirit, literal offer, maybe for a little bit of a love for some of you. It gives you that push to go forward so you can finish the race, right? You've been working very hard on something, and I think that you're going to see some movement. That's your good news. You're going to see some potentially radical movement this January. Love that. Okay, so let's take a look at career. Okay. So Spirit, for pile 1, please, what do we want to talk about their career? What about their career is going to be significant? This is going to be for pile 1. Okay. King of Wands, Page of Wands. Ooh, I like to see that. Let me get one more. 2 of Pentacles. Okay. The emphasis on 2. This is 2 parties to me. It could also be... so this page usually announces news, okay? I think that this is about rekindling your passion. I feel like January is very much a month about rejuvenation. There's some new beginning that follows on the coattails of some ending. The King of Wands, he's a very favorable card in my opinion. And it gives me this concept of Sleeping Beauty waking up and recognizing and stepping into their power. So if I could swoop out from an eagle-eyed view, I feel like you guys have an opportunity that presents itself to you this January, and you claiming this opportunity and taking it on is going to shift your life, maybe in a career sense too. And because we're talking about career, I feel like you're able to lead down this new path with a lot more confidence. There's something about not losing your innocence, not losing the character you've been developing and evolving into over the past couple of years or months even. You're not losing that, right? We have the sun come out for you guys again. So I feel like there is something about awakening to a calling, awakening to something in your life path that feels a little bit bigger. Because we have this concept of intensity, okay? And now with the King of Wands and the Page of Wands, 2 very spiritual cards, the Sun is very spiritual as well, and we have Kundalini energy. So I feel like there's some concept coming through where your career is leveling up this January. You can expect something to do with just a lot more energy and drive and willpower, but you're like passionate about it as well. Let's see if we can get some earth magic to describe this too. Can we get an earth magic card? This is for pile 1. It feels like you. Tree with grounding. Okay. I feel like this opportunity, it's like finally we're past the stage of needing to plant the seeds, tend the soil, water the soil, have patience, have more patience. It's getting this concept of the roots are stretching down at the same pace as the tree branches are stretching out. I'm getting a very interesting read on this card. I'm focusing on this aspect of like doubleness. Oh yeah, we have the underworld here as well. I'm getting this concept though of like, usually this card would tell me to sit a beat, to get very grounded, get calm, cool, and collected. And that could be a message for some of you in here as well. But I'm getting this concept of like burgeoning, right? Where, like this branch right here is burgeoning too. It's got leaves coming out the top. Burgeoning. Something flourishing. Something really expanding. And this is through the career lens. So I feel like you guys are going to be met with the same amount of growth as obstacles, but it's like balancing the both of those is what creates your happiness. There's this concept of like stretching. I feel like you guys are stretching a bit in this month of January. There's a real message here about like putting down. No, it's not putting down roots to grow. It's like it's happening. It's like, I know that's such a random way of explaining this, you guys, but that's what Spirit's showing me. It's like they're showing me the in-between. I don't know what this is. It's like it's growing at the exact same time. Something about roots, so foundation, and then something about bearing fruit because of the branches. So I'm hearing perhaps the more effort that you make, twice is going to be the result. It's kind of like redoubled. There's something about intensity in this month and stepping into a position of power and leadership in your career. I think that there's going to be a bit to juggle, maybe a lot, but that's not a bad thing. Maybe a little bit sensing two paths and juggling two paths. You know, your day job and the one that you're just beginning to realize or find out about. Because there's this moment of awakening to something that has been hidden from you until this month, until the year 2023. It may take all year to unfold, but there's this message about Spirit showing me an iceberg being plucked from the water. So you're going to see this for sure. So let's move forward. This was career. I think it looks good. Let's take a look at love. Ooh, these cards feel good. I haven't used them in a long time. Okay. Worth waiting for. Oh my God, you guys. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And we got that entire concept coming through when I was taking a peek at your overview. So there's definitely something coming through about divine timing. Okay, so this person, we are looking at love. Okay, so but mostly just for singles, right? Keep watching though if you are already in a relationship. We're going to take a peek at maybe what to avoid, and then a message from Spirit to wrap up your reading still. So for all my singles out there, I think that there could be someone moving into your sphere. We have sex here, we have intimacy, okay, and we have the energy of mystery and secrets, right? I'm just feeling like this person right there, it's like either been hidden from you or they're like hiding, okay? Because the universe is going to present this to you in the most auspicious moment. There's something to do with divine timing. This is very, very beautiful. I love to see this. So let's see if we can figure out a little bit about them. Let's get a card that represents you, your feelings towards them, and then their feelings towards you. Okay, Spirit, so this is for pile one. Can I have a card that represents this connection? Oh, I did not mean to draw that many. Okay. What I love to see is kind of like, here's you, here's them, and then there's something about burgeoning in between, right? I'm pretty sure it's like burgeoning or burgeoning has something to do with like flourishing in nature. I know that the magician's wand is burgeoning because it's being lit from both ends. So forgive me if I'm using that word incorrectly. But that's what I just keep hearing. So here is you guys. There's something about this. Oh my God. And the angel falling underneath an angel. There are not only angels in this deck, as you can see in this card right here. Engagement. Some of you might be getting engaged. And I say that because I turned this over and I usually have my phone in here for dings, for synchronicities and just confirmations from Spirit. And I actually, the second I went like this, I heard my phone ding in the living room. So this might be a message, that you might be meeting, because I heard star-crossed lover. That's strongly for at least one person in here, okay? Now, what I was saying, though, is There are not just angels in that romance deck. And for this angel of temperance to fall underneath here, there's divine timing at play. You guys have something to do, a double mission. There's something about your mission together where you both need each other. These two cards right here are very similar to me. There's a lot of self-confidence with the Chariot. That's the third time it's come out for you guys, maybe only two. And there's a lot of self-confidence and self-esteem and passion and libido with this Knight of Wands. The two of you meeting and coming together, creating something very beautiful. There's something about your energies together. Real quick, I just heard a same-sex relationship, so that could be a confirmation. Ooh, I just got the Empress to represent kind of the outcome or the potential of your future together. So there is creative potential together. There's something about a very passionate relationship here. You feel towards them very attracted, very passionate, very, very interested. Lots of dreaming about the future, lots of wanting to go on little dates, adventures. Sorry, sometimes I will have to do these random little burps when I'm channeling. Now, the way they feel towards you is almost very interesting. I feel like this person knows that they've been waiting on you. I know that's a funny message. There's something about this person's expression staring straight at me. And it's like they knew that you were coming into their lives. They expected it. That's a very interesting message. Now, this connection, it's very beautiful. We have divine timing. We have the Angel of Temperance. So there's something about the two of you coming together to create something. The Empress is a blessing and love as well. So, I'm not a doctor, but if you guys are interested in making something, if you guys are heterosexual relationships, just be aware there might be something to do with children, okay? Otherwise, if that is not you, if you're not interested in procreating, what that tells me is that there is just this flowering, right? That's burgeoning, you guys. There's just this burgeoning around all aspects of your life. I just feel like your connection to each other, it's very strong right off the bat. The way that you guys go about life and interact with your friends and your family, doing just things around the house, and especially your career. There's something that you guys both feed each other a certain measure. Let's see if we can get a little bit about this person. Karma. It's fated. It's destiny. You guys had the Wheel of Fortune. So something is shifting in your life. I feel like it is a partner. It could be a spiritual coach or a teacher for some of you. But I feel like this is an actual life partner. Because, the theme, it's intimacy, the 8th house. I know that I said that, that could be the ending of something in order to bring us something bigger. For sure, absolutely. But Spirit is also going to use what is very visible to me. And I'm picking up on this concept of secrets and mysteries and intensity. So there is a very intense connection between the two of you. It's karmic in nature. Let's see if we can get anything else. Too epic. Oh my God. And summer love in reverse. It is not a summer love. It is not fleeting. Ooh, but you could have been with this person before during the summer. And it was a summer love at that point. But what I'm hearing is that this is an epic love, right? An epic in the sense of a very long tail. So maybe you guys spent a little period apart, but I'm not getting that for all of you. I'm getting that this love feels epic. It feels worth waiting for. If you had to choose between something now that was fleeting or something epic, would you wait for it? You would wait for something epic. So trust that the divine timing is at work in your love life. There's definitely a person, we picked on that so many times. There's definitely a new love interest coming for you in January, pile 1. Let's take a look at what to avoid this month. Then we're going to wrap up with a message from Spirit. Okay. So, let's do this deck. Oop, sorry, that was probably way too loud. Okay, so for pile 1, what to avoid? I'm hearing there's something about keeping your energy in check. There's something about this card right here. It gives me the energy of, it's like a kid playing with their imagination. And okay, what I am hearing is that, and I just got a really strong confirmation in my chest. That was a weird one. The message is interesting. What to avoid: fantasizing about potentials because you don't want to create a block. That's what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is that things are shifting for you. It's very, very important to keep your energy high, to keep your energy optimistic, okay? To keep your energy, at the very least, neutrally buoyant. I'm getting this concept of trying not to peer around the river bend, trying not to peek ahead, trying not to do a whole bunch of tarot readings to sort of get a little bit more specific than I can be with you right now, because your theme is secrets and mysteries, okay? And slumbering energy, right? I'm getting like that you guys are the dragon awakening, and you're awakening from your slumber. And I'm getting this concept of like, try not to go too far in your mind about building or painting any new pictures for yourself. I feel like you are in a very good place right now for the universe to work with you. Spirit is showing me the concept of a co-creation. And so I feel like what Spirit needs from you is willingness, without direct assertiveness, without trying to go get something to steamroll ahead. There's a concept coming through of just being ready and accepting what's coming your way. Okay, because even if you try to sort of spell this out, I don't feel like it could be something that you can know. You're going to be in a little in the dark. It has to do with your career. Try not to, I'm just hearing, try not to, secrets under the deck. Try not to go too far in your mind about figuring out what this person is, who this person is, because we have divine timing. That's something I mentioned right at the beginning, and I feel like Spirit doesn't want to ruin the surprise. There's something about it being fun if it happens more organically. More fun is going to be, exciting, the most palatable to you, actually, if it is a surprise. So we want to keep things as a surprise. So let's draw one final card. This is going to be from Spirit. It's an animal spirit guide, and they're going to work with you for the month of January. They also have a message for you, too. Okay, so Spirit, is there an animal spirit guide who wants to show themselves to pile one? The wolf with instincts. Well, the moon showing up again. The wolf baying at the moon. I love to see that. Okay, 1 and 5. I feel like a new beginning. 1 is newness, 5 is change. And so I feel like what the wolf is saying is also a message about leadership, right? There's a concept of you guys kind of picking up a more important role in your lives. It could be in families, it could be at work, but you're definitely stepping up into a leadership position, having a little bit more to manage and juggle than you're used to, having more offers, more clients, but it's also more attention is on you. I think that you're meant to lead in some way, especially in January, but I'm feeling like your path leads through 2023, and the elk just jumped out, which talks about stamina, okay? And I'm getting the concept of that race again. So pace yourself, right? Try not to look for new horizons around every single bend. Kind of just go with what is shown to you and follow your instincts. They're developing in January. The wolf could be a very powerful totem animal for you. You might look up a message on your own. The wolf is also the pathfinder. And so I feel like the moon illuminates your path, which was once hidden from you. There's something to do with life path. It might not be that big for all of you. It might just also be another path that you're walking on or meant to walk on or have designed before you incarnated. There's definitely illumination of something that was once hidden, and you feel a lot more confident. A wolf is very, very good, the most at home in a pack, but they're the most powerful predator, in wintry scapes. Sorry, I'm being funny. They're very good on their own too, though, but better in a pack. There's some message about that. But more than that, it's a concept of being a pathfinder. Their nose, I feel like, is the strongest of the animal predators as well. And so you are sensing definitively something that was once hidden from you guys. You're doing a little bit of transmutation too of energy, and this comes from being and feeling more self-confident with your path this January. Guys, thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with me. This is the end of your reading. Of course, I do book private clients, and you can find that information down below. You can choose over the phone or select your own tarot reading and get that in either text, audio, or video format. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, stay divine. Hey, Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So, you guys, I was drawing a house for each of you. I hope you guys are doing so well, by the way. Happy New Year. I was drawing a house for each pile to represent kind of the theme or overview for January. And 2 houses demanded to come out for you. Okay, and then I was trying to draw from another deck to get a little bit more information about why that house was so relevant, and you guys had a card each come out, so a lot of cards for you guys, and the emphasis on January is 9th house and 6th house. So let's just, real quick, I want to read these to you guys. So 9th house of seeking. So foreign travel, adventure, higher education, customs, faith, beliefs, pilgrimages, spiritual quests, aspirations, journalism, religion, gurus, and risk-taking. The 6th house of craft, or I guess like ritual, or maybe even work, honestly, is, work, details, health, well-being, diet, service, daily rituals, contribution, organization, purification, skills, apprenticeship, and method. So, what I sense from this, you guys, you also have Mercury in the 9th house, Sagittarius with discovery, the Sun in Sagittarius with the 9th house, and you also have Venus in Virgo in the 6th house. What I'm picking up on for you guys for January, it seems to be about learning something new, okay, or taking a skill set to the next level. I feel like I see this concept coming through about spirituality, like a real focus on spirituality and expansion. There's something about broadening your horizons is coming through. I really sense it in January. There might be a significant trip that you have to take, or that you anticipate taking, or are excited about taking. You guys, that might also be something to do with school, or starting an internship or an apprenticeship. There might be some new, it doesn't feel like a job though. It could be job. It could be job. It feels like going somewhere new. And it feels like you're in a very good place to be able to do this work or expansion. Because I feel like I'm Spirit is showing me you guys getting your hands dirty. And they're also showing me someone who is a TA in a class. Okay, so they've already taken the class before, and so they're a little bit assisting the teacher. And that's what I'm being shown. It's like you could and do teach some of the classes, have a good grasp of some of that knowledge set, but not quite enough experience, industry experience, or credentials to teach the entire program. So what I feel like is you are getting an opportunity to get your hands dirty. There's something about developing your craft as well, especially if you guys work in the spiritual business, or industry, sorry. I think that some of you work in the spiritual industry, so some of you could be clairvoyants or energy healers, anything of this nature, maybe even Reiki. And I feel like we want you to get a little bit more certification or to develop this skill set. There's something about a focus on something to do with spirituality, travel, or learning and developing that craft of yours, really honing a skill set. And this could have to do with dedication, right? Dedication. I heard something recently. I just did a self-care reading, and this concept escaped me during self-care. You know, the more looser or cliche self-care is, you know, get yourself a nice bath bomb and take a trip to the spa. But I feel like self-care in a more esoteric sense has to do with rituals and dedication. And that seems to be your focus in January. I kind of actually want to move these cards a bit. We're going to do that and this. So this sixth house, you know, your work, your rituals, kind of like your skill set, the way you do this service of yours. There's something about getting organized. Because Virgo is a very organized sign. We have a concept of discrimination, and then we also have another emphasis right here about organization. So we really want you to get organized. I'm also hearing that you guys could narrow down your skill set. You're honing your craft, but I think you're honing in on one particular skill set. This is the concept of someone who is multi-talented, putting a little bit more energy and focus on one of those in order to reveal a new level of mastery is coming through. All right. So again, this is just your overview. I get a really strong concept of travel and feeling very good about a new beginning in an apprenticeship position, a new beginning perhaps abroad, a trip of some sort, something to do with travel, something to do with a spiritual nature, work of a spiritual nature, sorry. And then again, there's the emphasis on I feel like it's interesting. It's honing in on what you do, but with more love and passion. It's like honing in on what you do, but discovering a way where you can be enthusiastic about it. Spirit's showing me, pulling from the example of reading tarot cards. So in the beginning, it was like I was less enthusiastic about it because I was starting to see the exact same messages come through on every single card, and maybe some of you are tarot readers. And so I really had to come from a very different perspective. Instead of reading the cards so much, I tried to work with energy instead. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here as far as, you know, developing your craft. It's like taking an introductory level skill and broadening it. You know, yes, I just got a ding. So you're taking an introductory skill, but there is the double emphasis on broadening, because I said broadening and I looked over here towards seeking and discovery. So it's like some of you might consider yourselves to be a transplant in the month of January, or moving into the beginning months of 2023. You may be relocating. You may be interested in finding a different home. You may simply be traveling to go on a spiritual retreat, to go on a little meditative retreat of some sort. Okay, that's what's coming through. These are the major themes. So what I'm going to do, we're going to move towards good news about this month, and I'm going to just pull these cards off to the side. I'm going to keep just these two out, actually. So we'll keep those. Okay, so let's take a look at some good news for pile 2. Okay, we had a lot of cards come out, but we will take them all. Death and rebirth. Queen of Wands. Knight of Cups. Ace of Swords. Let's see if I can't get these all on camera. Death, Queen of Wands, Knight of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles. Whoa. You guys have very favorable queens in your deck. In your spread. Sorry, I'm slipping into channeling a bit right now. Okay, I think those are all on set. Let me just have a quick little peek. Yeah, more or less. Cool. Okay, so this is good news. Interesting. I feel like there is an emphasis here on leveling up, okay? There's an emphasis on, I feel like we might be looking at a Queen of Wands turning into a Queen of Pentacles. So I think that for some of you, this could be a message about taking this playful energy of yours, this passionate energy of yours, and experiencing a little bit of alchemy being experienced through this death card. I feel like this death card, this major arcana card, is being described through these lower arcana cards. So there is a message about rejuvenation or a rebirth as well. Something about rising from your ashes, and this is good news. So there might be some sort of ending in order to celebrate a beginning. Okay, that's feels very much the tone of the beginning of 2023. And again, it's a positive year. I don't think I said that in the beginning of your reading, but in pile 1, I was elaborating how I feel that 2023 has a very different energy to it. It feels notably more optimistic than years past, at least the last 2 years. There's something about each of us having an opportunity this year to broaden our horizons or to expand a little bit on something. I just see this emergence kind of card where we break out of the cave and we're able to no longer spend so much time in the dark, and we're running across an open field is what I'm being shown. And there's this sense of innocence and just kind of relaxation that's beginning to unfold throughout this year. So transformation is a big deal for pile 2, because I see, if this, I'm picturing like a colon here, and it's like concept, colon, description. And in our description, we have a queen on both sides. And so I feel like we're talking about a transformation. The Knight of Cups, I think it's a person. We're going to touch on love, don't worry, as well as career, what to avoid, and a message from spirit at the end. So stick around for sure. Oh my God. A Knight of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Swords gives me a conversation and boundaries set between someone that you're romantically interested in. For others of you, this is a dream of yours, okay? And I feel like what Spirit is showing me is that you guys should have the confidence and conviction to pursue this dream, because the transformation is beautiful. To me, she doesn't have this exact same energy of the Queen of Wands, but I get that this Queen of Wands, she has an element, or this Queen of Pentacles, she has an element of passion and fun and spontaneity and serendipity, but she also has a very good hold on career and finances and the family. She's a very good balance of a lot of aspects. She's very grounded too and sure of herself. And so I feel like we're taking something sort of introductory, something very light and playful, and we're getting a lot more clear about how we can kind of package that, how we can do something with that. And I think it all comes down to honing in on this dream of yours. I'm getting this message from Spirit that you guys should feel very confident about this dream that you're pursuing, this concept of seeking. There's a message for pile 2 about going after something. It's going to be a little bit different for each of you. Can I draw on the Queen of Wands with the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups, Six of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Why are there so many people? Very interesting. Look at all those people. Something about influence. I feel like you're meeting a lot of people. Some good news about the month is there are a lot of people that you're going to meet or meet up with again in January that you haven't seen in a long time. Queen of Wands and Page of Cups to me talks about a message. I think that there's a message here. This Queen of Wands, I do get this as your transformation, okay? You're definitely leveling up in some area of your life. We'll take a look at career next, but I feel like this is like an inner transformation. It's a very spiritual message, in my opinion, between the 6th house and the 9th house, okay? So I get this concept of you guys evolving spiritually. The Knight of Cups with the Knight of Wands, This to me talks about a passionate romance with someone. Ace of Swords with Queen of Cups, kind of finding your voice, kind of finding your niche as well, kind of making, it's like honing in on your way of doing something. When whatever talent or craft this is, it's in the field of work though. It's something that you guys do. I bet you guys are entrepreneurs or want to be entrepreneurs or are artists as well. That would make sense to me. I feel like you're getting this kind of rebirth in the field that you're in right now. There's something that you guys do and have a lot of creative potential in it, and you're getting like this resurgence of power or inspiration. You used to, you were getting slightly jaded, or it didn't feel as magical in the beginning when you first were developing this craft of yours, this skill, this talent, something along these lines. But now you're getting like a little bit of an inspiration, like an epiphany, an intuitive hit. Because the Ace of Swords to me talks about clarity or an epiphany. The Queen of Cups, she has the most beautiful chalice in this deck, right? Talks about something very original, very unique. So I feel like you guys are coming up with a very brilliant idea, and we want to make that come to life. And this idea, this is coming this January. Six of Swords with Page of Pentacles. I feel like there's a message here about healing a little bit, something to do with, what's it called? Patience, sorry. I feel like you guys are becoming more patient with things that take time, that just take time is what I just heard. And then with the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, I feel like towards the end of January, you're embarking somewhere new. I'm seeing that the transformation has complete, right? This is very much going from Queen of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles and like feeling like you're ready to take on the rest of the year. I'm picturing this card as like looking at 2023 right there with that big 3, like a golden era of your life. There's this final last alchemic moment that I see. With the Death, it talks to me about rebirth, which talks to me about the bat in animal medicine. And that talks about a shaman who willingly buries themselves in the ground overnight in order to be reborn the next day. Spending the entire night with no weapons, no food, no shelter, in the ground. Any prey or any animal could go after them. And they do that willingly so that they reach dawn and they're completely reborn. And so I feel like there might be something that ends for you, okay, and causes you to move forward. I just saw a ship being undocked and just going into water, right? Maybe even uncharted water. And we want to just take all the experience you've gathered over the years, maybe even just 2022, and we're doing something with it. We're molding it into something better. I'm seeing us take like a little bit of modeling clay and doing something with it. You know how to make the clay now. You know how to collect the dirt, the sediment, the sand, the water to make a very good mixture of clay, and now you can do something with it. I see that for you guys. There's also an inner rebirth. There's like a resurgence of your feeling of potential and your feeling to be able to create stability for yourself and your family. I feel like you guys, you're shifting a little bit from this energy of, and this is not a negative thing. I'm just trying to describe energy, kind of putting yourself first, kind of at the center. It's not self-centeredness though. It's coming through as like focusing a lot on you, and then it's a little bit more spreading the wealth. That's what I see. I feel like pile 2 is spreading the wealth in January and also just spreading your attention on more around you. Like this could be your environment, okay? This could be beautifying the home. This could be expanding somehow in some way to do with family and home, because we have the Queen of Pentacles there. So good news, you guys are experiencing a complete transformation. And I see it as complete because we go from one queen to the next with clarity in the middle. And I love to see that. I see you guys making a full transformation. I feel like you guys have been had experienced some ups and downs in 22, maybe some real low moments, or maybe there is this beginning moment that catalyzes this death card it's like a real low. It feels like a kind of a blow to the gut. Maybe not that specific or dramatic for all of you, but it feels like we want you guys to expect the unexpected and to just go with this. I think something's falling away in order for you guys to take on a new shape. That's your good news. I know that was a little long and all over the place, so let's move forward and look specifically at career for you guys. What do we need to know about career? Okay. The Emperor, yes. So I feel like this is kind of like what you feel like embodying right now, but this is also you towards the end of the month. There is some alchemic moment going on, some real rebirth where you are stepping into you're stepping into more of a position of power and authority in order to lead something. You're also feeling a lot more stable. To go from the page, yes, I just got a ding. Sorry, to go from the Queen of Wands, kind of the energy of a really lighthearted individual, high-spirited, very creative, kind of like an artist, very fun individual, to go to the Queen of Pentacles. That's a very different energy, a lot more stable, a lot more grounded, a lot more secure within themselves, and you're experiencing the same growth within you as well. So to do with career, yes, we have an Emperor here, which to me talks about a significant amount of success in your field. I also just feel like this is getting an invitation around the idea of like a job offer, or it could be literally to lead someone else's career. I don't know why that's coming through. There's a concept coming through about leading someone else's career or being an advisor to someone else's career. I don't know what that is. Let's move forward a little bit. Ooh, the Hermit. Okay. You guys could be beginning a career as an advisor. This Hermit card is another 9. We have 9th house with seeking. And this is, what's popping is gurus and foreign travel and faith and beliefs and spiritual quests. So you might be leading people down spiritual quests. You might be interested in helping people overcome trauma with plant medicine. That's coming through as well. I think that you guys are just stepping into a much more secure, you feel more secure with the role that you're being given or stepping into in the month of January within your career. So if you're someone who reads tarot cards online, this gives me someone who is getting a lot more views. If you're someone who does energy healing, this gives me someone who teaches or speaks at a conference, gets an opportunity to speak and spread wisdom at a conference. This is the energy of someone being invited onto a talk show or a podcast to speak about their skill set as well and to teach and to inspire other people. This is the message that Spirit wants you to know about your career. I see these figures as being very related. They have a very long white beard, and they're both very high in status. One in the material realm, one in the spiritual realm. And I think that you, Pile 2, have a foothold in both. And I think that you guys kind of tinker with that in your career field. I think that some of you get really incredible downloads from time to time within your field, whatever that might be for career, as far as where to take what you do to the next level. And then for some of you, this has to do with getting downloads from Spirit as far as where to take your entrepreneurial career, the one you do from home, the one you do kind of as a second side job kind of concept. Something to do with this is coming through. Let's see if we can get one more card. And the Tower. Ooh, that's a big card to have last. And the Hierophant. All major arcana. That's amazing. Ooh, 6 of Wands is finally that other card. I don't know if it's in camera though. Let me see. Oh yeah, it is. Oh wow. Okay, so what I'm picking up on here is that you guys are bringing light to some situation, okay? I think that there is a moment where you are going to be given some sort of opportunity that requires it. You almost don't feel ready for it, is what's coming through. And that's why we really want to hone what you do. There's a really big message about taking what you do. What is this? Herbalism, whatever you do as a skill, whatever you're kind of apprenticing, I feel like you're being asked to step up a bit. Because what's curious to me is I said, here's you and your foothold in the earth realm, the 3D, here's your foothold in the spiritual. But then look at this. We have someone who has a foothold in both, like I was speaking about. So I think that some of you, this could be the epiphany that comes in, right? There is that Ace of Swords moment during your rebirth, your good news. You have a rebirth to look forward to, this alchemic moment. There's an epiphany that comes in and kind of shakes things up, right? Because I feel like I see you transforming and taking what you do in both sides of that coin and becoming it, like something bigger than that. Right? I see this Emperor and the Hermit together being the Hierophant. And so I feel like there's this moment within your career where it's like somehow like the boss just leaves the business and gives it to you. That's what I see. Or you lose your job, but immediately that next day or something along these lines, because, it ends up with the Six of Wands, which is victory and success. You're given the reins to something else. It's like someone just sees something really incredible within you, and you're given this almost sublime opportunity. Because look, we have 4 major arcana cards coming together. It talks about there's a lot going on in the career field. We want to, again, focus on getting a little bit better at what you do. Okay, so this is practice. This is a lot of practice. There's something to do with like your specific method. And it doesn't have to be just spiritual in nature, right? Whatever you do, whatever your method is, especially if this is something that falls outside of your regular 9 to 5, something to do with creatives in here, taking what they do, it's getting like recognized. There's some really big opportunity, and I'm picking it up as the Tower, which, it's just shocking. You don't really see it coming, but for some of you, it's an opportunity in disguise. I just see you leveling up, Big energy. I can't be any more specific. You can always book a private reading. So let's move forward and take a peek at love. Okay, Spirit. So this is for pile 2. All those came out. There are 3. We'll just take them. Bent those cards. Whoops. Okay. Past life relationship, trust, and flirt. Okay, so this talks to me, this is a positive, meaning yes, I pick up on someone in your field or someone romantic. Stick around if you're already in a relationship. We're still going to take a peek at what to avoid this month and then a message from Spirit. So those of you who are single, I'm getting this concept that there is someone coming into your life, and that if you especially have been very curious about finding love, really want to find that match this year, to just believe that you will, okay? This situation is calling for you to have faith, and now faith is popping for a second time with the 9th house and seeking. For some of you, you might get an invitation to go abroad to meet this person. They might just literally invite you to go abroad or extend an invitation to you that seems too good to be true or a little bit too big, okay? That's for some of you. For others of you, I feel like there's someone who moves into your life very quickly, and the feelings are very immediate. They seem to be very immediate because we have this past life relationship. And I feel like you're going to recognize a soul bond with them. You may incarnate often with this individual. All right, let's get a little bit more about this. Oh, wow. Okay, you guys have the card, I love you. There's only one in this handmade deck. It says, I love you. And we have past life relationship right there. Wow. Okay. I definitely see a connection for my singles out there. There is a message here about, because we have keep your lighthearted energy, basically keep positive about this situation and try not to focus too much on it coming into being, because it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. We have a very strong confirmation with I love you. Let's see if we can get a little bit more about this person. Oh, many. Blair Waldorf and tattoos and piercings. That's very opposite. There could be something very opposite about your energies. This person could be, or you could be very posh, very stylish, very sophisticated, have a certain career, versus you or them, again, could have a more alternative approach to life, be more artistic in nature, have tattoos or piercings. That could be your individual or confirmation for you. I love this connection. Imagine, I don't know if you guys have seen Gossip Girl, imagine Blair Waldorf with this figure here. That would be kind of hard to picture. But I like that energetic exchange. Opposites attract, okay? So with trust, again, you may not necessarily feel like this person is the one, or is this person that I'm picking up on for you today? But there's something about, even though those feelings are going to be immediate, we kind of just want you to go with it, because they might be leading you somewhere else or to someone else. That's interesting. Okay, let's see if I can get a card that represents how you feel towards them. I'm going to leave the I love you out. Okay, so, whoops, here's my mic. This is for pile 2, and I want to know how pile 2 feels towards this person. Oh my God, you would want to marry them. You would feel very secure about this person. There's something that makes you feel at home with them, right? That's that past life energy coming through as well. Okay, you would feel very good about this person, almost like a homecoming feeling. You feel at home with them almost immediately. So can I get a card that represents how they feel towards pile 1? Another 4. 4 is a very spiritual number, and I'm also hearing this is a very spiritual connection. You find stability within each other. You are this person's rock. That's why there's the opposite attracts energy. I feel like you're a very peaceful, spiritually oriented individual, and I'm getting this concept of settling down, right? We have the Queen of Wands turning into the Queen of Pentacles. That's very much what I'm getting from this union. There is a lot of love here. You just set their mind at ease, at rest. They feel like they can trust you. They feel like they trust you, and there's no ounce of worrying about you being interested in other people or having a wandering eye, or, there's just this real sense of tranquility around you. This is how they feel towards you, at peace, at rest. It's like you must have really beautiful energy, right? You could be an empath, and they might be too, but there's something that just brings a significant amount of peace. You guys might meet on this quest. You might meet abroad, especially if you guys really feel like you have a trip planned already, or you're going somewhere new. You know that you have a calling to go on a spiritual retreat, something along these lines. It's like you're going to meet them there. That's where you meet them. And it's going to be kind of out of the blue, a little bit unexpected with this Fool card. Keep your heart open. Keep your energy light. Very cool. Okay, so let's take a look at what to avoid this month. We'll do an Earth Magic card and then 2 tarot cards. This is for pile 2. What to avoid? Tree with grounding. Curious. Staying in one spot. Now, let's get a little bit more, though. That's kind of funny, a little bit random. So, Spirit, this tree with grounding. We're taking a look at what to avoid. Can I get 2 cards? King of Pentacles. And the World. Whoa. Okay. I feel like the message has to do with holding on to what is familiar. The King of Pentacles is an incredibly grounded energy. These are very much linked, okay? Very patient, very, very slow moving. The World represents kind of the epitome of the end of a cycle, and you guys had that card earlier. Your other major arcana card that came out was, okay, you had many, but the first one that came out was rebirth/death. Okay. And what I feel like Spirit wants you to avoid is kind of this concept of either staying in one spot or resisting. I feel like we just want you to move. That might be literal. But we want you to be able to go somewhere. We want you to feel like you can go. We want you to feel like you can leave. We want you to feel like you can expand. There's something about taking a trip. There's something really about January, you guys. There's something about expansion. I really get this concept of Jupiter. You might be having or experiencing a Jupiter return. What to avoid? So interesting. I'm actually going to open up another deck. Okay, Spirit, can you show me why we have the King of Pentacles? Can you show me why we have the King of Pentacles? The Wheel of Fortune. We don't want you to resist your destiny. We don't want you to resist your destiny. Can I get the concept of the World, please? Why do we have the World here on what to avoid? Taking on the weight of the world. There's something about feeling like you can't take this trip or you can't go abroad, but Spirit really wants you to expand your horizons as evidenced by the Knight of Wands and the pyramids right there. Okay? The pyramids of Giza very much give me a spiritual retreat or foreign travel or adventure. There's something feeling like you're overburdened and taking on the weight of the world, okay? And we want you to release that weight. There's something that's been kind of like keeping you in place, keeping you still. There's a real emphasis about letting go the weight so that you can be free. The Knight of Wands is the rebel of the card, or the rebel of the deck, kind of the rebel child, a very free-spirited individual. We want you to take hold of that free-spiritedness to you and to kind of set that free. We kind of wanted you to get on this horse and just ride into the horizon. Leaving something behind, okay? This is what to avoid. Anything that has to do with like resistance or just staying put, right? We go, yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's wrap up. We're going to do a message from Spirit, and it's going to be an animal spirit guide. And what they have to say to you, pile 2. This is for January. Okay, Spirit, so is there an animal spirit guide who wants to reveal themselves? This is for pile 2. What final advice do you have for them? 2, again. Ooh, with butterfly and spider. A metamorphosis, we're emphasizing that. We also have yet another 9. Okay? Again, you guys are transforming. To have the 9 appear twice and to have rebirth appear twice, butterfly, they change from a caterpillar to a butterfly, right? That's like you guys taking the process of making clay and then doing something with that clay. You guys are taking some introductory skill and making something of it. You guys are going through a transformation in January. This gives me Wheel of Fortune. The spider to me talks about weaving fate, okay? Lines of fate. And I feel like you're getting to a nodal shift and Spirit doesn't want you to hesitate. We want you to take on the energy of the Fool and take a leap of faith. Faith. You may have this opportunity to improve your career and work sector, but it's going to be a little bit intimidating, right? We have the Tower to represent that transformation or that opportunity or epiphany that comes in. It feels very big, very pivotal, very groundbreaking, but it has something to do with your future and you're writing yourself a new future because you've changed in January. You're doing a complete transformation. You're not who you are at the end of January compared to who you are right now. There is a beautiful expansion to you. Expansion is like a theme, a really big theme, and expansion is Jupiter and blessings. You have so many 9s in your reading. 9 talks about success as well. You also have the 6 of Wands, a card of success and victory. That one came out when we were talking about your career. So I feel like what Spirit is showing me is, first message, you guys could look up butterfly and spider individually, but what I'm getting to you is to not get caught in the web. Right? I just saw the butterfly and the spider's web. It was very interesting because that's that energy of like not getting stuck, being still, We want you to move from the place of comfort. Wherever you are in your life right now, whatever that means to you, moving from a place of comfort. And you're going to get hints and signs and symbols and synchronicities on the way, as evidenced by the butterfly. And there is a moment of clarity during this transformation throughout this month. There is a moment of real clarity and an epiphany moment, an aha moment. The Tower and that sword, Ace of Swords, both fell in the middle of a 5-card spread. So in the middle of this transformation, in the beginning you might be hesitating, being like, I don't really know what's going on. Have faith. That's the whole theme for your month. Have faith, because you're going to get to the other side and be fully fledged. There's something about writing faith or writing a new chapter for you guys. All right, well, I want to thank you guys so much for spending a little bit of your time with me. If you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much. It really does help my channel grow, but it also helps other people find these messages who need to as well. And of course, I do book private clients. If you'd like to book a private reading of your own, you can find that information down below. There's an email or a link. You can book me over the phone, or you can purchase a tarot reading. Pick a theme. You get that in either text, audio, or video format. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are in the world. And until next time, stay divine. Hey Pile 3, welcome to your reading and Happy New Year. I hope you guys are doing so well today. Welcome to your January prediction. We're going to first take a look at a theme or overview, and then we'll take a look at some good news and a bunch of other lenses. Stick around to the end. We're going to pull a message from your spirit guides. But first, this theme, this overview, what does January look like for you guys? Well, you have the 12th house, which is where your focus is going to be, or the general theme. And to me, the 12th house is all about spirituality or the subconscious. Now, let's just read what this card says, because Spirit will use the words that we have on display. So let's just see. 12th house, surrender. Okay, so subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, trance states, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, and Akashic records. Okay, so what I'm getting for you guys is two main energies emerging. One of them is spiritual development, and the other one has to do with forgiveness or baggage or letting something go. Because we do have the heavy emphasis on surrender. 1 second, I gotta clear my throat. Okay, so thank you guys. So your theme, surrender and something to do with spirituality. So let's focus first on this concept of spirituality. I just feel like because we have this bird right here, which is always the messengers next to the ear, I'm getting this concept that you're like able to hear spirit more clearly, or there is going to be one very clear incident where you hear your spiritual team. Now, hearing could be a little bit different for each of you. It could be a synchronicity that is shown to you. And in that second, you really hear the guidance from Spirit. You really hear what they've been trying to show you. And what I'm hearing as well is that let this come in on its own. It'll be natural because I'm picking up on the unseen there. So there's going to be this real clear moment where you receive a message from Spirit, okay? Now I'm also getting this concept though of spiritual development, and I feel like there's a little bit of healing to be had, okay? So when I see the moon with empathy here in Pisces, to me it talks about a very emotional individual. And I feel like you guys are empaths, or you're going to feel a little bit more empathic in January. And for some of you, that could be your spiritual development. You could be embracing your empathic abilities instead of just taking them for granted or just simply having them. I feel like you guys... I'm sorry, the cards there. I feel like you guys have a grandmother in spirit who would also like to say hello to you. But to pull back into the reading here, I'm getting this concept of healing. I think that you guys have something to heal from. Let me just... It could be a past love, okay? It could be a past love for sure. Something to do with the mind regarding love as well. Some of you, I'm picking up on these angels. Behind them is a treasure chest. And you might be someone who really guards your heart. And I think that you're healing something. There could be this moment, this heart-to-heart conversation with another person. Let me see. Nope. Maybe healing finances too for some of you. But what I'm getting is that there's the big emphasis on kind of letting go in January and just seeing what takes shape. And I also feel like for some of you, there is definitely some sort of psychic hearing, clairsentience, I think, that is coming on board. And at the very least, for each of you, there is a very clear message that you can... there's a very clear message from Spirit in the beginning of the month that's going to kind of guide you throughout the rest of the month. That's what I'm picking up on. Also, you guys might speak with Archangel Michael, because we have 1212 going on here. That is the number of Archangel Michael. I also feel like that other message of forgiveness or baggage or guilt, I think that there's some energy we need to leave behind in 2022. We don't need to carry it with us anymore. And that could be that little bit of healing that I'm picking up on too. I just sense that there's someone that we need to forgive wholeheartedly, and it reveals something. Okay, and that person, it's going to look a little different to each of you. For some of you, I just heard it could be to forgive yourself for not being as far as you thought you would by this time in your life, or for something in 2022, forgive yourself for, either being too critical on yourself or being too selective with the people you give your energy to. Just this concept of forgiveness. I just see warmth and compassion, and I see the development of the heart chakra, which is the gateway to the upper chakras. And so I do feel like there is a significant amount of spiritual development as your theme for the month of January. Now, let's take a look at some good news. Let's just move some of these off to the side. Spirit, what is some good news for pile 3 in January? What can pile 3 expect to hear? Expect to hear good news about? You're going to be able to work with energy a lot easier because there's new energy that you guys are dealing with. I'm sensing that it's like letting go of some baggage reveals something. Okay, that's going to look a little different to each of you, but I'm seeing these angels, it's like they're wiping away their tears. On the other side is the treasure chest. And so I feel like there's a little bit of waterworks to expect in January, but it reveals something. Okay, it reveals either something that you treasure, something that you value. So that could be your relationship with someone, and that could still differ. Some good news. There's our messenger. And they have to talk about, I feel like you guys are healing things in your family in the month of January. You guys are healing family karma, anything to do with the home. Yes, because we have karma here. And this is the 10th house, not the 10th house. This 10 of Pentacles here gives me family vibes. And so I feel like there are communications between you and people in your family that may have been rough around the holidays, and you're soothing all of that out. I just feel like you're able to deal with fluctuations of energy too. So for example, you wake up and you just don't have the same amount of go-getter energy that you do on those other days that you wake up. And you're not really letting that set you back. That's what I'm picking up on the most. Some good news. For some of you, I'm hearing the announcement of a new family member. But the biggest thing that's coming through is like you're you're moving on from something that was taking a lot of your energy. There was something you felt very guilty about, maybe words expressed, or there's something that was just weighing very heavily on your heart. I just feel like the month of January for you guys, it's very soothing. There's something very soft about January for you guys. Some healing, okay, for sure. And I like to see that that's how you guys are starting off 2023, with healing. It's going to help you encounter new energies and reveal some things as well. Because we have the unseen here, we have the treasure chest, and we have the Seven of Wands, which to me talks about becoming more confident. Ooh, I just got a ding. Becoming more confident using new energy. Yes, we got a double confirmation there. Oh, and a triple confirmation. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's move forward and take a look at your career. Okay, so let's grab a different deck. Spirit, for the month of January, this is for everyone who chose pile 3. Is there something in the career sector? What do we want to talk to pile 3 about? The Chariot, movement in your career sector. You guys might be interested in making a move, okay, in your career. Let's get a little bit more. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm picking up on this is actually you're receiving recognition or more business than usual. And this has to do with your career, okay? I feel like you guys are making strong connections, or you're just meeting the right people. And as a result, I feel like you guys are seeing more clients, okay? Especially if you have your own business, or if you're an artist and you do creative things, or there's something to do with your boss giving you more to juggle as a result of you bringing in more clients or more people. I just see a lot of positive movement and you feeling a lot more self-confident about this chosen direction that you're going in. I think that you're just surrendering to a new path and allowing itself to reveal itself to you. Allowing it to reveal itself to you. I think that a catalyst for this, though, has to do with forgiveness in some aspect and letting go of unnecessary baggage as well. I think there's something you need to forgive, and I do get it's within you. For some of you, it's definitely external, but there are other people in here who need to forgive themselves for something. It's like not being as far as you thought you would, or not really making a lot to do with a degree that you had or a career path that you once wanted. There's something to do about forgiving yourself. It's like a catalyst for this recognition. I also just feel like, yeah, if you guys are people who work online, you're getting a lot more recognition, you're getting more views. If you guys are YouTubers, TikTokers, or social media influencers, I think that you're just gaining more traction. And as a result, I think that you're going to have a lot more to juggle. And some of you are sensing 2 paths. There's a concept coming through about 2 paths. So things in career look very good for you guys. You finally are getting some recognition, or at the very least, you're observing movement where things felt stagnant for a while. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at love for pile 3. We're going to use these romance angel cards. This is for pile 3, Spirit. Is there something significant in love? This is for anyone who is single, and if you are not single, I still think that it's fun to listen. Some of you might be in open relationships, so it could also apply to you. But also, we're going to take a look at what to avoid in January, and then wrap up again with a message from Spirit. So let's see if we can pick up on anything. No. Okay. So we have separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon, and then healing family issues. This is very, very synchronistic. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay. So what I pick up on is there was definitely love in pile 1 and 2. If you felt drawn there might be a message for you there as well. 1 or 2. Now, for everyone in pile 3, though, I'm not picking up on a significant love connection. And this is because I was feeling very strongly that there's some baggage and healing and forgiveness that needs to be done in order to celebrate more love within your current relationship, or in order to be able to cleanse yourself such that you can receive love. I see, there's a big emphasis here for pile 3 about healing and getting that heart chakra on board. Something about just feeling a lot more, feeling in general. A lot of emotions coming to the surface to be dealt with, perhaps, or just simply being in your feelings, okay? Some of you could process some of these emotions by selecting music, okay? Selecting music that's very soothing, or that could get your tears to start just to flow. Right? There's something about letting the dam go, letting yourself feel all the emotions that you feel, especially in regards to your family. Okay, I'm getting a very strong healing family issues vibe here. Obviously, that's what the card illustrates, but we did have the Ten of Pentacles, and I was getting a concept of like news or healing something to do with family and relationships within your family. Okay, so I don't want to beat a dead horse. We're going to leave this portion here. That doesn't mean that there's not love in your future. It just feels like for January, your guides don't necessarily want you to focus on anything other than healing, so that you can be prepared. You know, there could be something in store for you in February or later down the year. We just want to make sure that you're able to really touch deep into your heart center and to be emotionally vulnerable and to also sort through those emotions that come to the surface. I think it's karmic in nature, some of this forgiveness. We just don't need you to carry it. Yes, we just don't need you to carry it anymore. I just got a ding. So there's something in your energy field that we just want to let go of because it's going to lighten you. You're just going to feel a lot easier and breezier. And some of you might be avoiding this conversation or really avoiding this healing, but I think it does something energetically to you. Because if that tie hasn't been resolved, I wonder that it still robs you of energy, something along these lines. So definitely focus on putting yourself in a position to be able to meet your needs, but also feel into what's going on. Like really feel how you feel. I think it's somehow a gauge for the next couple of months. And this is in matters of love. Okay, so let's take a look at what we might avoid. Let's do that. And then we'll focus a little bit more attention on that message from Spirit. Okay, so what does pile 3 need to avoid? Okay, you are really wanting to come out. Ace of Cups, new love. Romance for some reason. Very, very interesting. Okay, these two cards. I'm not going to read any further into them because outside that context, this talks about an offer of love and a very long-lasting partner, someone who's very emotional, mature, and that could be you, right? So what I feel like is Spirit really wants you to focus on your self-love, not another party, but your self-love. So that really means kind of giving yourself dedication to healing. Dedicate towards the task at hand, which in the month of January for pile 3, it really does seem to be healing. There's something in the subconscious that I feel like is, I feel like it's your internal compass, and we just want to shift that or trade that compass for something else because it's guiding you towards either relationships or people that aren't there other than for karmic lessons. And so what Spirit is showing me is like literally reaching into your chest and taking out and exchanging that compass. And that exchanging, that comes from forgiveness. Some of you could benefit from listening to binaural beats, healing the chakras, okay? I think you guys could definitely heal root and solar plexus and heart chakras. Those seem to be the strongest. Okay, so what to avoid, Spirit? This is for pile 3. Another ace. It's like new beginnings, right? I feel like it's the new year, but I think that pile 3 has some unresolved Baggage from 2022. Yes, that was the very first message, one of them that we got. Leaving something behind in 2022. Let's identify what that is. It's time to cut it off, right? We need to cut that off for the last time or sever this. Spirit is showing me holding this sword over a fire and soldering it or something along these lines. Like, you know how you can like seal a wound by heating a blade? Something along these lines. Something needs to be cut away, left behind. Let's see if we can get a little bit more clarity about this. What to avoid, Spirit, in January? Have I said 2023? I mean January, just the first month. What can we avoid this January for the best interest of pile 3? Okay. Getting in your head too much. But this to me talks about, see all these swords piling up to the point where they wake you in your sleep. These are anxieties, fears, words left unsaid, words said out of line or in the wrong state of mind, something along these lines. I feel like what Spirit really wants you to let go of is all of these worries, all of these stress, because you guys, your big message and theme is surrender. It's surrender and forgiveness and healing. Because I feel like you feel very guilty about something. Maybe the way you spoke to someone or a relationship that you have, something family related, something along these lines. And I feel like it could be blocking your connection to source or your spirit guides. Yeah, this is just something to avoid. Avoid letting these fears pile up anymore. These apologies that need to be had, avoid letting those pile up. I also don't want you guys to avoid the truth of a situation, even if it makes you guys the angel of temperance wanted to come up for you guys, which is an angel of healing. Even if it makes you feel a little bit bad about something that had transpired, healing can begin as soon as that wound is opened or that vein is pricked, right? Some of us just need to have a really good cry, and that's going to really set some... I just see you guys... It's like your journey in 2023 starts a little bit more towards the end of January because there's this one thing we need to let go of, and so we can finally pull up the anchor and set sail. Because this emotional thing is like an anchor in the mud right now, and every time we try to embark, we get stuck by it. And I just feel like it's time to let that... we want to see you guys take flight, take sail as well. Okay, so let's get a message from Spirit. And to do that, the first one I'm going to push myself. It's the last reading of the day. I'm going to draw an animal spirit guide, but what I want to do is kind of paint a picture with these cards. I want to focus a little bit more of your reading on this message from Spirit. Okay, Spirit, can we get a couple cards? This is the third time that the tree with grounding came out today. Okay. This is kind of what I'm seeing energetically out of these cards. This dawn right here is coming out. I like to see that. So with the tree and grounding and cave, to me that talks about the womb, or it talks about becoming very centered. The tree is also giving me the concept of chakras again. The cave, a place to nurture yourself, to do some healing while you are protected, right? The cave, a period of introspection. There's something subconscious going on here. Because you guys, your dawn is towards the end or middle of January. and there is just this one last thing that needs to be finalized or figured out, addressed, identified, forgiven, let go of, so that your new beginning can begin. Because, moving forward towards the end of January is going to be a period of harmony and celebration, a period of lightness, a period of sweetness. But we just want to address this thing that we've been tackling throughout your reading. So for some of you, this could be getting very quiet, doing some grounding meditation, listening to those binaural beats to see what comes up to the surface. And, when it comes to the surface, what's kind of hard, but really, really, it's very quick medicine. Feel into that fear, anxiety, insecurity, that self-doubt, whatever that is, that what needs to be forgiven and let go of, that healing that needs to happen. The healing is when you feel into it. Because the second something comes up and you're like, and you send it back down, it will never go away. It's always going to be down there. But the second you feel that, you allow yourself to feel afraid of that worst case scenario or that conversation or talking to that person, you let yourself feel all of that, it's transmuted. It no longer sits down there in your subconscious. It's no longer a weight that you have to carry. This is real. It is a little bit difficult, but have a little bit of courage to really allow yourself to feel that feeling. Even just start off by doing it a couple seconds longer. If some of you really want to get to the bottom of this so that you can set sail, what I see is that you just hold on to that feeling and just ask what it means to tell you and let it wash all over you. Whatever that is, guilt. I think it's guilt for some of you, okay? I'm also hearing to allow yourself to, I'm hearing to call upon your angels and guardians and guides to assist you during that process so that you're not taking on a succubus or you're not taking on a negative spirit while you do this. With a cave and sanctuary, we want you to be very grounded and protected when you perform this transmutation of energy. So protect yourself with amulets or call upon certain beings that you feel called to, Archangel Michael especially, all right? Because there's a new beginning that happens. It's like the dawn. Doesn't this feel very, very gentle and calm and sweet? All right? That's what I'm picking up on. Music is coming through again. We heard that. Some music. I think that some of you might choose particular songs or artists to cause this stream of tears and energy to be transmuted, but then pick yourself up with very happy tunes to lift your energy back up as a result. I don't want you guys to go down and get stuck down there. So definitely call upon your team and protect yourself. But it really is the most potent way of healing is to feel that entire emotion, fear, anxiety, guilt, to feel it fully. Because you actually will, pile 3, recognize when it stops going to 100% and starts going back down. And that will give you confidence when you do feel it start to go away. You feel this in your solar plexus, by the way. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's draw one final card. It's going to be an animal spirit guide. Okay, Spirit. So one last message for January for pile 3. Is there an animal spirit guide that would like to guide pile 3? Pile 3. You have the raven. Wow, the raven represents magic. That's amazing. That's amazing. I think there's a message to receive from your spirit guides because we have that bird with the ear, and the raven makes sounds that are very, very unique, very queer, very, very strange, kind of garbly, musical, lyrical noises that ravens make. And the raven comes from the void, the nothingness, blackness. I feel like there's a message being shown to you in your dreams, but there is a very clear, prominent communication from spirit, from your guides, from your team, from your higher self this January. You're going to receive this moment of magic or just this very clear transmission from spirit. It could be a download for some of you. And the raven, it says kind of go into the unknown for answers, because that's where everything that doesn't already exist exists. It's in the void, it's in the unknown. You know what I'm going to do, you guys? I'm going to run out to my studio and grab my messages from the void box, because I got a message yesterday to do that, and I did not bring it inside. I totally ignored it, so I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to do a jump cut. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, so let's figure out. I'm going to give this a good shuffle. Nothing that comes out is going to be counted. Okay. All right, Spirit. Oh, I'm hearing 2. Okay, so Spirit of the Raven, this is for pile 3. Can we get another shuffle as you wish? Can we get a good message for pile 1? You. Sometimes a new perspective is only one step away. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay. There is the power of perspective coming through, all right? I think it's very healing, and I think that this is all very, very related. I think that there's something that's a little bit, you've lost perspective of it because it's been going on for too long, and so we just really need to hit this with an arrow to the heart to address it. And sometimes I feel like for some of you, it's just listening to what this other party has to say, because listening to someone is one of the highest forms of healing. And I think you just need to lend an ear to this person, this family member, okay? Now, and that's the message. Now, another message is also, I wrote this because I have a view of the mountains, and for the longest time I took the same view of the mountains and loved it, but one day I lost my footing, and it caused me to stumble and sidestep a step. It was one single step when I caught myself, and I looked up and suddenly I saw an entirely different mountain peak that I'd never known existed one step away. An entirely different view of the mountains. I love looking at the mountains, you guys. And it was one step away. That's all it took to see a brand new perspective, to see a brand new vista, one of my new favorite spots to take a peek at the mountains. Sometimes a new perspective is only one step away. Now, I did hear to grab 2, so I feel very good about this, but let's just see what might come up. I'm going to grab you. Okay. Do what's sustainable for you, but above all, do. The emphasis is on sustainable, it's underlined, okay? Do what's sustainable, something that you can keep doing, keep the pace at doing. And it's also, if there are multiple family members or multiple forgivenesses that need to be had, don't go about trying to forgive everyone all at once, because you might confuse your subconscious. Really kind of go at this one at a time. And it does say do, right? Do what's sustainable for you, but above all, capital letters, do. Because I think that this is what inspires the dawn for you guys. This is what inspires the period of harmony and celebration that I see for you guys. Oh my God. And now we have the husky. Can you hear them? Signing us off. I want to thank you guys so much for spending a little bit of your time with me. If you've made it this far into the video, please give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much. It really does help my channel grow. Helps other people find these messages who need to as well. Of course, I do book private clients. You can find all that information down below. There's a link and an email. You can book me over the phone, or you can purchase a tarot-themed reading, and that is in either text, audio, or video format. And Pile 3, Happy New Year again. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world, and until next time, stay divine.